Hello, my wonderful Saggies. How are you guys? Welcome to your Lionsgate portal reading. Very powerful portal, August 8th. Lionsgate portal, really set your intentions. What do you really want to bring into your life? And we're also in a retrograde. So, and I did start out with some technical issues this morning. Just as I was beginning my very first video, my camera went out. I had to restart my system, and so far, so good. Okay, so let's see. I was drawn, and I didn't even realize this until I did my first video. I've changed up some of my decks. I've cleansed and cleared all of my decks, which I do kind of frequently, but I just went through a huge healing, and I really wanted to make sure I saged my whole house. I saged all of my cards. So in the process of doing that, I also swapped out some of my oracle decks, and totally unintentionally, one of the decks that I was drawn to change out is my Kyle Gray's Gateway of Light activation. And when I was doing my very first video and I pulled on this deck, when I was reading the card, I was like, oh, and by the way, this deck is, and I had to look over because I couldn't remember, and it's the Gateway of Light activation card. So what better way to start the reading, Sag? So for my Sages, what is being activated, or what is being asked of them to activate? Third eye activation. Your inner vision. See clearly. So at this time, Spirit's really asking you to get clear on your vision and see it as if it's already manifested into the 3D. Okay, I am going to read this card. 156. I think Aquarius got this card as well, which is really interesting because I really shuffled these decks and cut them and then reshuffle them. So, all right, here's your message. You ready? This gateway encourages you to unlock your psychic abilities and to stop questioning your divine ability to see. Know that great potential and healing will be unleashed when this space is activated. If you have an intuition about something, trust what you are seeing. This is a sacred time for the psychic potential that you have had since childhood is awakening from slumber. You've always been a dreamer, sometimes thinking about how the future will show up or revisiting the past. Now the gifts that have been discouraged in the past are reawakening, and your inner vision is stronger than you imagine. You have an innate ability to see further than the human eye and are able to identify the energies of what is going on around you with your activated third eye. This gateway is here as a confirmation that what you are seeing and experiencing is in divine alignment, and that you are being supported as you develop this source-given gift. So this is about trusting what is coming through for you, Sagittarius, right? And I know that can be challenging at times. Guys, look, I've been there, done that. And sometimes I still do it. Let's be honest here. Sometimes I still do it. And when I do that, I'm like, come on, Spirit, I need that slap in the face sign. Ask for the slap in the face sign. But what Spirit's asking you to do is to really open up to your psychic abilities, your intuition, your third eye, the visions that you're seeing. I feel like for some of you, you're literally seeing visions. You may be having premonitions and not realizing that's what you're having, right? Let's continue on. Ganesh. Oh, these cards so much called out to me to come back out and be played with. I have not used this deck in probably, oh my gosh, I want to say maybe a year. I don't even know if I've used this deck since I moved into this house. But I love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful oracle deck. And for those of you who don't know who Ganesh is a deity. I don't remember exactly how the story goes, but it's basically it's about a husband and wife. The husband goes away. I can't remember if he goes away to war, if he goes on a quest, but he goes away. And at the time of him going away, he doesn't realize his wife is pregnant, and he comes back several years later and mistakes his son as an intruder or something like that, and cuts off his head. And when he finds out that he actually killed his own son, he goes on a quest and he finds an elephant's head and puts it on the sun. The sun comes back to life. And Ganesh is the very powerful deity that brings in blessings. And you'll see I have a couple of Ganeshas around. And the thing with the Ganesh statue, and this is very important, and I learned this from an Indian woman from India, that the Ganesh statue must have a little mouse on it, okay? Because the little mouse represents the abundance. And whenever you're doing anything, you ask, there's like a big story behind Ganesh, and it's very fascinating, and I really wish that I absorbed information more. But it's part of my psychic abilities, guys. Sorry. I learn it, then I lose it, or I forget it, type of thing. Like when I'm with my clients, and then they'll message me a week later and be like, oh my God, what you said, do you remember? And I'm like, no, because at the time I'm connected when I sit with you. And once I finish my session with you, everything I said leaves my memory. That's why I tell my clients, record it, because don't reach out to me and be like, hey, you remember me? Hey, you remember this? Unless it literally happens the next day. All right. But anyway, so whenever you're embarking on something or starting a new business, or call on Ganesh's blessings, okay? Because the way the story goes is, if you don't ask Ganesh for the blessings, then or Ganesh's blessing, then it's more difficult. Okay, you can actually YouTube Ganesh, and really listen to the video, because I did send it to my daughter, and it's a very beautiful spiritual quest. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, you actually got 3 Ganesh cards. You are on a spiritual quest right now. Finding your place. Trust that you are on the right path. You are right where you're meant to be at this moment. Joy. Open up to joy. Joy is coming into your life. There is a major shift coming for you. Look at this. Wholeness. Beautiful healing energy. Okay? You are in this Lion's Gateway, if you have not already started, because I know I just had a big healing this past week, right? Once you heal this, you get that inner joy. You get that vibrant energy, right? And you have this beautiful, unconditional, loving aura around you. And you feel complete. Okay, so something is going to be happening in the Lion's Gateway that is going to make you feel complete. Okay, I'm going to use the Good Tarot for you guys, because that's what Spirit's telling me to do. So that's what I'm going to do it. So, my lovely Sagittarians, let's get goofy. How's that song go? Let's get right now. Wish I could remember it. Like, I can see it in my mind's eye. I can hear the tunes in my mind's eye, but I can't get it to go from there out my lips, guys. Let's get this party started. Thank you, Spirit. That's the song I'm feeling. Let's get this party started. Right now. Something, I don't know. Look up that song, look up the lyrics. Let's get this party started. I feel like something's happening for you in Lionsgate. That's very powerful, my Sages. And we are in a retrograde, so woohoo! Let's get ready. Really set those intentions out there of what you're wanting in your life. So for my beautiful Sages, regarding the spiritual quest, the joy, the wholeness, the activation of the third eye, what do they need to know, Spirit? What do they need to know? This one flipped over, so I'm going to take it. Two of Earth, Page of Fire. Get that monkey off your back. You'll see why I say that. Make the choice. Maybe you have to do some cord cutting. Call. Spirit's telling you now is the time for you to step into the light. You are called here for a very special reason, and it's time for you. Do not let others tempt you to go off your path. Okay, that's really, really important here. And it's funny because I don't usually see the temptation card here. I don't usually read it that way. I've not actually ever read it in the way I just said it in this deck. You are going through a major awakening, Sagittarius. Major transformation. Yesterday, and I did a reel on my Facebook page, I saw a beautiful, it actually looked a lot like this labradorite. Can you see like how the labradorite's dark, and if you turn it a certain way, it shimmers a blue? I actually saw a butterfly like that yesterday. And I got it on video, and I posted it as a reel on my Facebook page. Pretty amazing, pretty powerful. Powerful transformation you are going to be going through. Hermit. Oh. Alrighty. All right, my beautiful Sages, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Okay. I feel like again, I feel this has to do with following your intuition. You may have too many people. You may have too many people that either you're going to, like one person gives you their advice, you go to one person for their advice, and then you go to another person for their advice, and you go, and you're like, you're wanting to get like the same advice outcome. It's kind of like going to a doctor for a second opinion, right? If you go to one doctor and they give you one opinion, it's always smart to go to two, right? And then this doctor has a totally different opinion than this doctor, then you go for a third opinion, right? And there's something about that in this reading. That is a pattern for you, whether you realize it or not, okay? and it's a monkey on your back. The Page of Fire here, right, is, in every other deck, it's the Page of Wands, right? But in this deck, I read all of my decks differently, just so you can know, okay? But in this deck, it's like a monkey on its back. See that entity, like, really attached to her? There's a choice that's going to be coming up for you, okay? And I feel like for a lot of you, this is more like a healing, that like a discovery about your gifts, your ability. And I feel it's going to like almost like that. It's a huge epiphany. Okay, this is like something that's like, whoa, what the hell just happened? Right? Like that's what I'm feeling. Like something significant. Okay? And it could be for some of you, okay, by opening up your psychic abilities more, by really working on energizing your third eye, okay, you may literally start to see aberrations, okay? For some of you, you could literally be hearing a voice from spirit, okay? What do I mean by that? This is like a powerful one that I use. I had a dream about someone in my past. And this is going back probably about, I don't know, I want to say 5 years maybe. I don't even know how long anymore. And just as I was waking up, literally, like my eyes were just getting ready to open, I heard as plain as day as I am doing this reading for you right now, and you are hearing me, not for you. And I feel like whatever this is that you're hearing, it's going to like take you back for a minute, because you're going to be like, what? Did I just hear that? Did I just hear that? Right? And it could be something as simple as hearing, you are where you're meant to be. Or something like, stop asking. We're telling you. We've been showing you. Okay? This has to do with really, I don't know. I keep getting drawn to the monkey on your back. And this is a monkey that's been on your back since childhood. See how young she looks? Okay, this is since childhood. This has been attached to you. Okay, and I don't know. It has something to do with either a belief system that was instilled in you, right? It was definitely an energy that was meant to hold you back, meant for you to keep questioning yourself, keep questioning, it could be simply something as free as questioning your connection to God, to spirit, to the universe, right? It could be something as simple as that, okay? There is a decision that you are going to have to make with the Two of Earths, the Ten of Fire, and the Three of Cups. And this decision that you're going to have to make is to do some deep soul searching. Do a deep dive. I get it. Go into that meditation and ask for this monkey on your back to be presented to you so that you can face it head on. Deal with it so that you can finally put an end to your struggles, to your burdens, to that monkey on your back. The Ten of Wands is exactly that, the Ten of Fire. okay, is exactly that, is carrying a monkey on your back. This is something that has weighed you down your whole entire life. Okay? And, but what I like about the 10 of fire in this deck, right? Once she realizes it, whether it's one monkey, or you guys hear me say it all the time, you have a huge healing and then you have all these little healings off of the huge healing, right? It's writing those down and just setting them aflame and letting them go. That's when happier times come in for you. That's when you're celebrating life. That's when you're embracing your calling, your abilities. And you're following your intuition and you're listening to spirit. You're listening to your spirit guides. Okay? In meditation, in the stillness, is where you hear and receive the messages and the guidance and the healing, so that you can release these burdens. Release that monkey that's been on your back. Okay? This is a deep transformation that you are going to be going through. Could take 10 days. This could start to happen. I mean, the whole transformation could start on Leo's gateway and last 10 days, but you're learning the lessons for like 10 weeks thereafter, or 10 days after Lion's Gate is when this is going to start to take place. But I feel like you're going to move through it quickly, okay? Because I feel like once, right, again, with the Page of Fire and the 10 of Wands, once you finally release that monkey, get that monkey off your back, that entity that has been attached to you, that belief system that's been literally holding you back, right? And the only way to find that is to go into the stillness. Again, the Hermit. Spirit will light the way for you by you going into the deep depths, into the darkness, down into the muck, right? Sometimes when I have a deep healing and I'm feeling really stuck with it, that's what I do in my meditation. It's like I dive down. I always like dive into the ocean, and then I dive down below the rays of the sun, below the fish, deep down into the darkness, until I find the sludge and the muck and the tar looking stuff on the bottom of the ocean. And then I just rub it all over my body, and I dare whatever needs to come to the surface to come to the surface. I'm ready. Let's face it head on, right? Let's face it head on. Because once you do that and you receive the healing and you're able to step forward, this is a beautiful transformation. Look at that beautiful transformation. It's absolutely gorgeous. That's when the change of events start. That's when all the goodness starts to come in. Okay? That's when you rise above. For me, in this deck, the 5 of Swords, facing the truth, truths being hidden, however you want. For me, in this deck, it's rising above all that. The truth shall set you free. And then you'll be able to set that monkey free. So let's see. What is I want to clarify. Two of Pentacles. I really do feel like that's just making that choice. But let's see. Clarify the Two of Pentacles for my beautiful Sagittarians. For my beautiful, beautiful Sagittarians. Ooh, look at that. And you get to make the choice to go in a whole new direction. Okay? So face that monkey on your back. Or I feel like you may have an opportunity that comes in for you that brings you in a totally different direction, but it's one that really ignites your creativity. But you have to face this monkey that's on your back first. Okay? And get rid of that monkey. So let's see, what is the call? Ooh, 4 cards. 5 cards. That's a big call. Okay, I'm going to take it. Look at that. Healing. Joy. Remember, we got Ganesh joy. Okay, answer the call. Some of you actually may be getting a phone call offering you this beautiful new beginning, but you're on the fence about it because you're carrying a monkey on your back. Okay? For others of you, it's answering the spiritual call. That's where the healing comes from. The Star card is the healing card. That intuition. All that is hidden from us can be found within. Absolutely it can. That's where we find balance. That's where the justice lies. That's where self-love comes from. Okay? 4 of Cups. See how in this deck I absolutely love it because it's a pearl. That's where you crack open the oyster. That's one of the meditations that I do. Is I have clients dive down deep into that muck, find that oyster, crack open that oyster, and see that beautiful pearl of light. And then feed that light, fan the light, grow your light brighter and brighter and brighter, and see it expanding far beyond what you could even imagine your energy goes. And just as I said that, I feel the fire coming from the palms of my hand. Okay? So this is absolutely beautiful. What is the 3 of Cups? What is the 3 of Cups? Here we go. Look at that, Queen of Earth. That's your celebration. Financially independent. Grounded. Okay, what you are creating will bring your deepest wish come true. And look at that, beautiful King and Queen of Pentacles. Very nice. Partnership. You could be partnering up with somebody that knows how to grow financial wealth. Maybe both of you partner up together to create a spiritual business because you're answering the call, whatever that call is for you. Okay? This is starting from ground 1, 4 of Pentacles, really rooting in the seeds. Really planting that. You may keep this to yourself for a little while, you know, and sometimes we have to do that. What we're creating, what we're wanting to do, you know, in the beginning, in the infant stages, it's important to keep it to yourself, right? Because, you know, you don't want someone else taking your ideas or, you know, anything like that. And that's something I learned on my own healing path. You know, that when I would share something from somebody to somebody, oh, I have this idea and I would really like to do it, they turned around and did it. Instead of like being like, whoa, let's do it together, let's grow it together, no, they turned around and actually stole my idea, right? But guess what? Didn't work out. Didn't work out for them. So keep this, I feel like Spirit's saying, keep this close to your chest in the infant stages. Okay, only trust it with those that you really, really trust, Sagittarius. Alrighty, I am shuffling my Talking to Heaven deck. So while I'm shuffling, pause the video, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, ask for a loved one in spirit to bring through a message for you. It could be a spirit guide, it could be an archangel, and then open yourself to receive. And then click play, and we will find the answer. Alrighty. So I'm trusting you guys did as I instructed. So let's see. What is the message? What is the message for my beautiful, beautiful Sagittarians? What is the message for Lionsgate? From whomever energy they asked to receive a message from. Maybe put out there a question to a loved one that's crossed over. For my Sagittarians, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am learning over here. I love that card. Absolutely love that card. 31. And just so you guys know, I'm also playing Lionsgate frequency in the background for you. Alrighty, here we go. I've always loved to learn, and sometimes I thought that I knew it all. But now that I'm beyond the three-dimensional physical world, I am astounded to be learning how everything really works in this beautiful and perfect universe. Even now, I can't completely comprehend all of God's plan, but I do see the bigger picture, and it's amazing. There you go. That's a powerful message all in its own. You and I are so much more than we ever dreamed of. The only thing I can share with you is how important it is to appreciate and honor yourself and everything else in life. You and I, like everyone, are God's sacred creations, which means that we honor God when we honor ourselves and each other. And I definitely honor you. What a beautiful message. So please, guys, if this resonates for you, please give it the thumbs up. Leave me a comment. How is it resonating with you? Share with friends and other Sagittariuses, whether they're Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. It may, enlighten them. And if you're new, welcome. Hit that subscribe button. Click on the bell for all notifications. Until then, as always, guys, from my heart to yours, love, light, and blessings. Be well.